I want to unveil the official Zeolite T-shirt.
All right.
I want to explain a little bit the process that went into this.
Can we have a wet T-shirt?
We should go cotton.
Which T looks the best in a wet T-shirt?
Harmon remembered that we had an emblem, and that was the model which Debbie rendered for us for this. Alita, who is a computer technologist, took this to the computer and made it more elegant than the original.
Not that good.
I think. Oh, it's very nice. And I added one feature that you'll recognize is different than the original, but I hope enhances it. And so this is the official Zeolite T-shirt,
Oh, that's it.
which the part that you can't read says Ron Abelman, High Potentate.
Sure.
One size fits all.
Everybody take a shirt.
Now, Ron, as I mentioned and as our conversation suggests, is a impressive guy. And also, there was no Zeolite religious artifact that I could. So I thought I would create one. We need, after all, something to worship. And I could think of nothing better than to create an altar. What's more, I thought it'd be essential that it not only honor Ron, but it would be portable. Because that way, if you want, you can take it home with you and send it to the next Z next year or something. And, you know, put it in your living room. I did. My youngest daughter walked in and was startled by it. You'll see why.
Oh, no.
So this is the official Zeolite altar, and this is Ron Abelman as he looks today.
There he is. Yeah.
When he calls in, we'll be able to, you know.
I want to know who would buy a used car from me.
Or even a used computer.
Did we move his mouth like Conan does with those figures?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll put Ron at Jack's spot for the moment.
That's exactly like him. Take a mustache off.
Another thing that that has happened in the past few weeks, if you're still a sports fan, then you know that the Sports Illustrated and ESPN each have decided that there was an Athlete of the Century. And they had an Athlete of the Century award. Sports Illustrated chose Muhammad Ali, and ESPN chose Michael Jordan. I would have voted for Babe Ruth personally, but I wasn't consulted. Therefore, I thought we should have a Zeolite Athlete of the Century.
There you go.
Now, this was difficult.
Because there were no candidates.
Well, there were too many here. You know, just first of all, there's Ron Abelman. When he came to Jameson, you may remember this, Nina. In 7th grade, we had a major football game. Within a few weeks of his arrival, he caught 2 touchdown passes and was clearly the star of the game. From Steve Fagan, I think, as quarterback. And so, you know, had to consider that one. Harmon was the winning goalie at the single victory and only hockey game that we played. And he did it. He did it without benefit of pads or, and he couldn't skate.
Which is why I was going.
Jeff, I remember getting a key single in a Zeolite softball game in the last year of our participating in the Mather League. Drove in a couple of runs and won the game. And Jeff, you probably don't even remember that,
I don't
right?
remember any of that.
But it's the truth.
No.
And Steve, you were a great basketball player.
Sometimes I always pick last.
In
Saving
softball,
it.
you were basketball.
Okay.
And speaking of the Zeolite hockey game, Rich was the star performer of those who could skate.
Of whom I was not one.
He scored the winning goal.
Scored the winning goal.
Yeah, and Bill Stern probably gave you an assist. Bill Stern, and he was considered too, he claimed to have been a jockey. None of us ever knew if that was the truth or not. But there was one possible Zeolite athletic feat that, had it happened, would have exceeded all of these. We always talked about the giant
One castle feet, that's it.
That's what
Better explain what this is. The other 26.
Lots of
another
vessels.
question from the
Should have done it at the beginning.
I said we should have.
The giant killer was I think 24 scoops of ice cream and assorted other stuff that they put on it that they listed in their menu, and if you could down it without regurgitating it, you had it for free.
At Lockwood Castle.
And we spent, I think most of us spent most of those 4 years with the singular goal of trying to persuade Neil to do it. And we failed. But had he done it, that would have been it. So, I mean, you know, how can one choose among these stellar feats? And I haven't even mentioned my own, of course. Well, there's only one criterion, I think, ultimately. And that is the same one that's used for professional athletes. Do you go on to the field in a championship game in uniform in a major league performance? And in fact, there is one Zeolite who did this. He didn't actually play. But, you see?
Oh, no. Do we have a picture? Do we have a picture?
He served as bat boy for the Los Angeles Dodgers for 2 days in 1966. And so the Zeolite Athlete of the Century Award goes to Rich Edelstein.
That's fabulous.
Now,
Who's that other guy?
That's Sandy
32.
There were a couple of things that we should mention about Zeolite athletic prowess. First one that I remember very distinctly about Ron Abelman was that somebody on the other team hit a single. He was playing center field, and somebody hit just a routine single to center field, and Ron charged the ball, you know, like you're supposed to, and kicked it all the way. If he would have tried to throw the ball, he couldn't have thrown it more accurately, kicked it all the way into the catcher. And I remember that very distinctly. That was, you know, it was a great athletic feat.
So 2 feet, yeah.